Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another Star Wars video, and today we got a new excerpt from the first chapter of the High Republic Light of the Jedi, and we also got an interview with the author Soul, Charles Soule, that gives some background on what's happening at this time. Let's get straight into it. So Soule offered us some explosive events of the first chapter. And this just explains what he does. He writes for Marvel Comics. He wrote The Rise of Kylo Ren. So, yeah, good books. By Charles Soule. The Force is with the galaxy. It is a time of the High Republic. Peaceful union of like-minded worlds where all voices are heard and governance is achieved through consensus and not fear. It is a time for ambition, of culture, of inclusion, of great works, visionarily, Chancellor Wenda Soule leads the Republic from the city world of Coruscant, located near the bright center of the galactic core. Beyond the core, there's many peaceful colonies. There's the Rim, Inner, and Mid, and finally at the border, which is known the Outer Rim. These worlds are filled with opportunity for those brave enough to travel the few well-mapped hyperspace lanes lead into them. Though there's danger as well. The Outer Rim is a haven for anyone seeking to escape the laws of the Republic, but it's filled with predators of every type. Okay, so this is interesting because from what I remember in the Clone Wars and the Empire, those outer worlds, they're mostly safe now, I think. They don't really have any animals, dangerous predators in them anymore, I don't think. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Maybe the Jedi might make a certain species go extinct. I don't know, but sounds interesting. Chancellor Soule has pledged to bring the Outer Rim worlds into the embrace of the Republic. For ambitious outreach programs such as the Starlight Beacon, order and justice are maintained on the galactic frontier by Jedi Knights. Jedi of the frontier can only be resourced for people who have nowhere else to turn. Few can stand against Knights of Jedi Order, but there are always those who will try. Chapter 1. Okay, so this is basically all about, this is about a captain who is basically like flying the ship called the, it starts with an L, what was it called? Oh, the Legacy Run, yes. So, yes. This person has more than 4 decades of flying experience. And she left the JTF molest. But what ends up happening is that hyperspace is dangerous, and there just happens to be a piece of metal or debris in hyperspace, and she's like, what's going on? I mean, hyperspace debris shouldn't be in hyperspace. It's impossible. But it is, and then she tries to dodge it, but it managed to scale her ship, which completely destroys it because it's going at like almost the speed of light. So, yeah, destroys the ship. Yep, so it destroys the ship. So, and she dies. So, yes, the first main character of High Republic dies. But there was one thing that I forgot to... Okay, so this is what Soul said. The destruction of the Legacy Run is the catalyst for a galaxy-wide disaster. Fragments of destroyed cargo vessel begin flying out of hyperspace at super-accelerated speeds, meaning that deadly missiles of debris can appear anywhere, at any time, from the outer rim to the core. In this moment of crisis, the Republics turn to their guardians of peace and justice, the Jedi. The opening beats of the Light of the Jedi depict an epic disaster, and a heroic, thrilling response by both the Republic and the Jedi to save lives and end the crisis. It's just the beginning, though. The Legacy Run disaster kicks off a much larger story. It's really just one piece of a bigger saga. Okay, so this tells us multiple things. It tells us that someone set up the piece of debris in hyperspace or something to get that ship to explode, and it worked. Another thing is that I'm pretty sure somewhere in here it says that it would take like a couple days, when in A New Hope it said to only be like a couple hours to get from somewhere in hyperspace. So the technology is also not as good as it was in the Empire days in the Clone Wars. Another thing is that it is one piece of a much bigger saga, so this is going to be a whole different saga. Saga separate from the Skywalker saga, which is set in the prequels, the originals, and the sequels, which, I mean, I didn't really like the sequels, but it still counts, I guess. But yeah, that's where Skywalker saga takes place, but this is basically the High Republic era, which is like another saga. There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff happening in this saga era thing, and it sounds really interesting. Yeah, so basically, destroyed cargo vessel begins flying out of hyperspace at super accurate speeds. So yeah, this can destroy a lot of ships, and if this manages to crash into some planets, oh boy, you can see some really bad disasters happen in there. So yeah, this sounds really interesting, but fortunately we're gonna have to wait another year for this to come out, because like this comes out in 2021 February. So yeah, we have to wait like 6-7 months for it to come out, but this gets me really excited for the High Republic. I mean, at first everybody thought it was gonna be boring, but as you can see now, they got a really interesting concept here. I hope they expand on this concept, and they try to expand on the prequels and stuff. So hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure to leave a like and to subscribe, and oh, and by the way, I'm gonna do a re-review of The Rise of Skywalker 6 months later, because it's, when I first reviewed it, I said it was great. Now it's only above average, and I'll explain the reasons why in that video. So I will see you later, guys. Bye.